Morning children, how are you all? Be safe at home. Okay, nation movement. This is the lesson number 11th B we are discussing about nation movement and last phase. The first phase we have learned and the last phase 1919 to 1947. That means this is the final movement of the freedom fighter. So here how the Gandhiji, in this the Gandhiji how he arrived and what are the satyagrahas and what are the weapons. What are his weapons? His weapons were non-violence and satyagraha. He was a great leader. So before talking about what are the various efforts by Gandhiji in the nation during the national movement, that we will discuss. Before going to that, we will see about arrival of Mahatma Gandhi. So Mahatma Gandhi arrived in India 1915 from South Africa having led Indians in that country in non-violent marches against racist restrictions, and he was already a respected leader and known internationally. Almost all the world countries known about him, and his South African campaign had brought him in contact with the various types of Indians, because before this there was an incident happened in South Africa and he revoluted there, and by that incident many people know him. And Mahatma Gandhi spent even Hindus, Muslims, Parsis and Christians, Gujaratis and Tamils and North Indians and upper class merchants, lawyers and workers, because he was basically a lawyer. And Mahatma Gandhi spent his first year in India travelling throughout the country. Once what was the situation under the British rule, once he came to know that, he toured all over the country. I told you, he toured all over the country, and he throughout the country understanding the people, their needs and the overall situation of the country. How was the situation during the Britishers' time? So he understood that situation. His earliest inventions were in local movements in Champaran and Kedah. He led peasants in their struggles and unfair taxes and all he discussed. He understood everything, and then he started his journey. Various efforts his efforts of Gandhi in the national movement. So what was the Gandhi's role in a different movements we'll see. The first event in Champaran and Kedah. In Champaran in Gujarat, in Kedah, and what he said, Gandhi led peasants in their struggle against unfair terms and excessive taxes. So why the peasants they were struggling a lot against unfair terms. So in the agricultural lands, they are occupying agricultural lands, they are forcing them to do commercial crops, and there was a lot of food shortage, and whatever the income they are getting in that 100 bags of rice, they can even 92, 93 bags they have to give as taxes. These are all very much unfair and the injustice. So, and excessive taxes. If the crop is failure, at that time also they have to pay the taxes. These are all because of all these things, the peasants were becoming pauperized. That means they are becoming more and more poor. So there he started his first revolution in Champaran and Kedah. So Gandhi led peasants in their struggle against unfair terms and excessive taxes. Next one is Ahmedabad mill workers. Gandhiji led the strike and succeeded in fulfilling their demands. So they had a lot of demands. They don't have proper hours work and long hours of work and very meager wages. Okay, for them very less wages, and even in the paid holidays will not be there. No leaves at all. They are completely like a machine. They are working, and they were cutting whenever even they don't have any work in the factory also. If they come to the factory also, they will not give the salaries for them, and wages, meager wages, and many exploitations were happened in Ahmedabad mill workers in Gujarat. So that was also led by Gandhiji, and he started strike and succeeded in fulfilling their demands. So whatever the demands are there, they were completely fulfilled by the Gandhiji strike, Mahatma Gandhiji strike. So next is Satyagraha against Rowlatt Act in 1919. So what is this Rowlatt? One of the Governor General Rowlatt came to India, and they started one brutal thing. That is, without any knowledge, if they suspect anybody in and around in India, if they suspect any people as against the British, if they suspect without any trial and error, they will send them to jail and without any investigation and all. They are keeping in the jails and sometimes they are killing them. So that is a brutal act by Rowlatt. And so for that also he started a Satyagraha in 1990. He criticized the act and he asked the Indian people to observe 6th April as a day of non-violent opposition to as a day of humiliation and prayers and hartal. So we will not, they completely failed because we don't have any freedom of press. We don't have any express of our views. See, these are all these are all against the human rights. These are against the human right. What is a human right? Human right means nobody can give that. That is our right. Being a human, we have a right to live, right to eat, right to education. These are all there. So, such a right to live. Right to live is the basic fundamental right. In that right also, they are denying for that right. So, Gandhi got angry and he criticized that it is a brutal act and people to observe 6th April 1919 as a day of non-violent opposition to and as a day of humiliation in prayer and hartal. So, why? Because even the Muslims also said that the act curbed fundamental rights. They are curbing the fundamental rights. They are denying the fundamental rights and such as freedom of expression and strengthen the police powers. Any person who is suspected by the police of being terrorist could be arrested and kept in prison without trial, without investigation. They are simply suspecting and keeping in the jail. And even when they tried, he would a secret trial in which the tried person cannot be seen as the evidence. Once they kept in the jail, they will not come, they will not show to any people. That means they are keeping them in Andaman and Nicobar and somewhere in they are hiding them, and after that secretly hiding them, and after that they killing also because the people were not aware of those things. So that is a brutal act that was criticized by Gandhiji, and he observed a day of non-violent opposition and as a day of humiliation and prayers and hartals was going on. And next is Khilafat agitation and non-cooperation movement in 1920. What is the Khilafat movement? We can call it as a Khalifat and a Khilafat also. Actually, is a Turkey Empire Khalifat. They urged the Congress to campaign against Punjab wrongs. Even there was one more dangerous thing was happened. That's why the Muslims and Hindus are also supported for this Khilafat, Turkey Empire. They have taken their they made a lot of humiliation acts in the Khilafat, in the Turkey also. So all the Muslims and Indians or all the Hindus were supported to the Caliphate king. And why? Because there was one more thing that happened in Jallianwala Bagh issue, and there is in Punjab there is an issue called Jallianwala Bagh massacre. So in this Jallianwala Bagh massacre, what they have done in Amritsar, the worst example of these atrocities was in firing a meeting of unarmed people at Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar. There was a big park in Amritsar in Punjab. In that park, many Punjabis were with women, children, and all young men. Everyone they were associated, and they started a secret meeting there. So and in that park there is only one gate exit is there, and remaining all. And in the park in the middle there was a big well. Okay, so General Dyer started in 13th April, which about 400 people were killed. In the thousands were injured. 400 people. So thousands of people were associated there for a meeting. In that women are there, children are there, many people are there. So they fired and without completely they were surrounded the gates, and General Dyer gave a shoot at sight orders for them. So simply 400 people were died and thousands of people were injured. That is one of the brutal act by the British, and that is called Punjab wrongs. And Punjab wrongs and Khilafat wrongs and demanded the Swaraj route of non-cooperation, and the means to get Swaraj. We need a complete Swaraj, that is Purna Swaraj. They are giving a 50, 20%, 30% Swaraj they wanted to give Britishers, but we don't want. We want a complete freedom, that is Purna Swaraj. For that reason, we started a agitation and non-cooperation movement. What is non-cooperation movement? Whatever says by the British, it is they are against that. If they want to levy the taxes, we won't pay the taxes. Okay, because our Gandhi's Swaraj is coming very soon, so we don't want to pay the taxes. Like that, everyone said like that to British, and that is the non-cooperation. In everywhere they made a lot of non-cooperation movement. And then after that, in 1920, in 1930 there was one more biggest movement, that is called Civil Disobedience Movement in 1930. So what is the Civil Disobedience Movement? We can call it as a Civil Disobedience Movement or Dandi March or Salt Satyagraha. He started Dandi March from the Sabarmati Ashram. Why? What is the Salt Satyagraha? Basically, salt is a free good for India, isn't it? Because we have a peninsular country, we have a lot of seas and oceans are there. Here they levied a lot of tax on this simple good and a free good of salt. So our people, particularly Gandhi, started the Dandi March from Sabarmati Ashram to on 12th March in 1930. He decided to break salt laws by manufacturing salt. We can manufacture the salt in Dandi, all the way from Dandi, from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi, and with 78 campaigns, and he reached Dandi, and there he manufactured the salt on 6th April. So this is one of the important Dandi March. This is one of the last final movements of freedom fight. These are all the efforts of Gandhiji in national movement. And last movement is before independence, that is 1942. There is a Quit India movement. On 8th August 1942, Gandhiji addressed the Congress Working Committee. In that way, he gave a call. So Gandhiji's slogan is "Do or die." You have to do it. You have to do work for the freedom fight, or die. So this is "Do or die" by Gandhiji. This is the slogan by Gandhiji, and it is started in 8th August 1942. And he gave a call, "Do or die." Quit India resolution was passed in that session. Following the call of Gandhiji, lakhs of common men joined the movement against the British rule. Against the British rule, people came and back of him, and they all blindly followed Gandhiji. So these are the great efforts, various great efforts by Gandhiji to the national movement. Okay, children, I hope everyone understood this. Once you go through the textbook, what is the Khilafat movement, what is Salt Satyagraha, what is civil disobedience, and Ahmedabad mill workers, and Champaran and Khada issues. Okay, I hope everyone understood. Thank you.